Hey, I'm Jade. I'm the founder and creator of Pupdrobe, and we get excited about creating systems that make life easier. Pupdrobe was born because I have had dogs all of my life, lots and lots and lots of dogs, and I know the dog mum chaos well. I like things to be a certain way. I like things to have a place. I like everything to be ease in my house, as much ease as possible. We also have children in our home, so space is a premium, and because of that, Pupdrobe was born, really. The dogs obviously get priority space, so their stuff, you know, cupboards, drawers, worktop sides, like whatever, you name it, their stuff is able to go there. And I needed something that maybe gave us back a cupboard or two to put human type things in. So Pupdrobe came from a requirement really to have organisation that made life easier, made life more streamlined, but that was beautifully, visually, aesthetically pleasing too. I've always had a lot of dogs, and I know the struggle is real when it comes to dog glitter, dog hair on everything, dog hair in everything. And I wanted to create something that that meant that the dogs' things had their own place, and that didn't then compromise our things either. So even in like the laundry situation, I wanted to create a system that meant that the dog stuff was washed and then dried and then put somewhere, without it compromising the space required to wash and dry and have some space for our own clothes. And also, so you didn't get that dog hair mix over that like wet dog smell that gets on everything. When you've been out for a walk, you come back, you've got loads of jumpers, loads of leads all piling up, and you know you just throw them on the ground when you come in, and then they all get mixed in with your washing, and then it's all just a chaotic mess. So I wanted a system that meant that when I came back from a walk, I could hang the dogs' things up, even if they were covered in mud, if they were soaking wet, I could hang them somewhere so I knew where they were, and then I could grab them to go and wash them, or I could use them again. You know what it's like in the winter, just because it's got a little bit of mud on it, you reuse it over and over. So Pupdrobe really came from the idea that if everything has a system and a place, then you know where it is, you know where to find it, you know you can always put it away, you know what you have so you don't forget stuff. Because again, you know, in the winter when you're looking for jumpers, you might forget, oh actually I've been using this one over and over, but actually I've got like 4 more here, but they're just at the back of the cupboard and I forgot about them. And you know, you're then washing it and you're sort of stressing over rewashing, reusing things, when actually you've actually got a couple more that you've just forgot about because they've been shoved at the back of a cupboard, back of a drawer, or in a box somewhere, and you've just forgot about it. We all do that. So Pupdrobe really came from, you know, the everyday life struggles that you have as a dog parent. So whether that's, like I say, finding a space to put wet and muddy accessories when you come back from a walk, or whether that's just having a place for your dog's things so that you're ready to go when you need them, or simply having somewhere that means that you're not shoving everything into a cupboard and forgetting everything that you've got. So I wanted to make being a dog mum more ease, more fun, and have more time to play with my dogs, to spend with my dogs, to be with my dogs. It's no different to like how you have a system with your kids. You know, if you don't have a space to put back the clothes, the toys, the special things that they use for eating, then you lose so much time scrambling around and trying to keep on top of everything, when if you just put a system in place, it would make life so much more easy, so much more quick, and you would be able to spend that extra time with your kids. And with Pupdrobe, it's so that you can spend that extra time with your dogs. The story of Pupdrobe. Pupdrobe was born from my own insanity of wanting a beautiful, easy solution that meant the dog's things had a place, and maybe we could reclaim a cupboard or two that was overtaken with dog paraphernalia. Enrichment toys, feeding stuff, grooming stuff, accessories, jumpers, blankets, beds, leads, poo bags, medicines, like the amount of things that you have for dogs. The list goes on and on and on and on. And so I really wanted something that meant that also having a lot of dogs meant that it was quicker to get in and out of the house. So quick, easy to grab and go, but also easy to put stuff back when I came back, so that my systems are complete all the time and I'm not forever scrambling around trying to find stuff when I'm trying to get out the door with all of the dogs. I also wanted something that was sleek. I became aware that in our homes we have a lot of wall space that is unused. I looked around the house and I was like, what's the most unused thing? And it was really the wall space. There was a lot of bare wall space, which is fine. Like, that's, you don't have to fill every single wall. But it was an awareness that, okay, there's space on the walls. That's definitely an option for where I could put something that would make the life with the dogs easier. So okay, well, space on the walls. And I looked around and which walls would be the most convenient. So I sort of became aware that in our hallways, in our, by our front doors, we have these funny little walls, like these weird little walls that join maybe two doors together. They're usually a funny angle. They're usually a funny width. They're not, not a standard width. Maybe they've got a radiator below them or a light switch or something on it. So I was aware of that and I was like, okay, cool. So what could I create that would fill these spaces, these unused, bit useless for anything else spaces, and make them a super useful system that actually enhances and makes life easier. So that's where the kind of sleekness of Pupdrobe came into play. The width, the fitting of these weird and wonderful spaces. And then I was also aware that a lot of the unused wall space and space in general in the house was from doors. So like on the back of doors, there was a lot of space down, especially again in the hallway where maybe you've got multiple doors going to different rooms. There was a lot of space up behind the doors, and I wanted something that wouldn't compromise the door being able to open fully or the door being able to close. And so that could mount on the wall potentially behind a door, behind an opening and closing door. Or if you didn't want to put something on a wall because maybe you're in rented, maybe you just don't like DIY and you don't want to screw into anything. I was also aware then that you could potentially use the back of that door. So the sleekness, that sort of slimlineness of Pupdrobe and the ability to go unnoticed behind an opening door kind of came about. The over-the-door kit, again, was another revolution as to, okay, what other ways could we potentially create it so these can be used, even if you can't, like I say, screw into the walls, or if you're in rented, or maybe you're moving soon and you just want something quick to put over the door for now until you've got a permanent space for it. So that's really how the sleekness, the slimline, the space-saving element of Pupdrobe was born. So for me, I went from cupboards overflowing, drawers overflowing, baskets, boxes, loads of plastic tubs with lids sort of stacked up of bits and pieces, containers with dog treats, the enrichment toys falling out of my kitchen cupboards. I went from all of that to a few Pupdrobes in strategic locations that made life so much easier and literally emptied all of the cupboards, all of the boxes, all of the baskets. I didn't have any of that anymore. I love using Pupdrobes for a station by the door as you come in and go out. So I will put on there all of the dogs' like grab and go stuff that they need on a daily basis. So the jumpers they're going to use, the harnesses they're going to use, poo bags, poo bag holders, the leads we're going to need, if we need lead splitters, if we need seatbelt clips, any toys that they're going to require, anything that we're using it for training at that times. Could be whistles, could be gun dog training toys, could be tug toys, any of that sort of stuff that we're utilising every single day. I will put that so that it's really easy to grab as I go out the door, but also so that I know when I come back in the door, I can re-put it back up no matter what condition it's in, whether it's soaked through or whether it's absolutely fine. I can put it back up in that exact same location and I know where it is. So I have a grab and go station by the door. And then another Pupdrobe that I have that makes my life just so much more streamlined is I have a jar storage Pupdrobe with a hanging rail in my kitchen. Now in that jar storage Pupdrobe I put all of my first aid essentials, which I use. I've got a lot of dogs, so you know, daily if not weekly basis I'm using that little jar. That has things like a tick twister in it. I put like the little purple, I don't know what it's called, the purple spray. I use that for if they cut themselves or if they've got a little bit sore somewhere. That's absolutely invaluable. I'll have cotton wool and stuff in there. I have another one that has oh, and I put my nail clippers. Don't forget your nail clippers. I have a little pair of spare nail clippers in there. I have another one that has the treats in, like little treats that I use for maybe enrichment toys that sit well in enrichment toys. And if I need any training treats, I put them in there. I have extra poo bags in there, all topped up, because you never know when you're going to need more poo bags, and all sorts of other bits and pieces. I regularly change my jars. It depends what we're doing. You know, I do have a lot of dogs, so I use them differently depending on what we're doing at the time. And then on the bottom rail, I use that. It's such a handy. It's so the jar storage is so sleek. Like they're so narrow. They're not massively wide storage solutions. They go on the smallest spaces, but that hanging rail is so useful. I hang enrichment toys on there. I hang water bowl mats. I hang snuds, you know, for keeping ears back out of food. I hang dog wipe towel sort of things on there. All sorts of bits and pieces. And again, mine is regularly changing. I regularly change what is on my Pupdrobe, how I'm using my Pupdrobes, depending on what I'm doing with my dogs at the time. And I love that ever-changing, ever-evolving aspect of Pupdrobe. It's never the same. It doesn't have to stay the same. You can utilise it for however your dog looks at that stage of their life. It doesn't have to be, oh, now my dog doesn't wear harnesses, so now I can't use a Pupdrobe, because yes, you can. You can utilise it for enrichment, hanging, storing, organising your enrichment toys, dog blankets, the collars, the leads. As a dog progresses through their lifetime, sometimes you do get more stuff, different things, more maybe more medications, maybe more different types of equipment. Like maybe you've got, you know, your dog's wearing a magnetic vest and things now. Maybe your dog has sort of magnetic collars. Maybe your dog's got heat therapy items. As they go through their life, we still accumulate more bits and pieces for our dogs. And it's important to know that these storage solutions can grow and change as your dog's life progresses, and as their world changes, whatever that looks like. There's a solution and there's a way that a Pupdrobe can actually make life so much more ease and so much more fun for your dog, and be super useful, which is my main thing. Being super useful for your dog at every stage and every part of their life and their journey. What I most love about Pupdrobe is the unpredictable, unlinear, undefinable creation that it's turned into. I spent a lot of time at dog events last year, Dog Fest, and I was speaking to all of our pupstomers. So many people came up to me and said, oh, I got a Pupdrobe like 5 years ago and it's amazing. It's the best thing I ever got. And it still looks like absolute brand new. We use it every day. And I was so happy to hear that. And I met so many customers that then said to me, oh, and actually we got one for this and we got one for that. But one of them had got one for her hair accessories. And she had all of her hair accessories stored and organised and some jewellery. And she's like, it's amazing. It's the best thing I ever got. I put it on the back of my bedroom door. It hangs all of my stuff that I want out of sight, out of reach, and out of the way, but also that I access every day and need to be able to go and get what I want off of it. So it's amazing the things that people realise that these solutions can help within their life, and that for me is just incredible. I do not want to limit Pupdrobe in any way. When I created it, I wanted it to be this thing that could expand and grow with no judgment. So if you've got one Pupdrobe today and you know that you are addicted to buying collars, leads, harnesses, whatever, or maybe you're addicted to enrichment toys or agility tugs or blankets for your dog, The Pupdrobes are a modular storage solution. So what that means is the boards sit flush, and you can mount as many boards next to, around, within the vicinity of each other, and make it look like a continuous wall of Pupdrobe, or you can have obvious gaps between them. You can literally do this exactly how you want it to look. I love that everybody uses Pupdrobes and frames the Pupdrobe space differently to suit their individual decor, their individual home, their style, the way that they like to use it. So, you know, some people love to flush mount them and create this continuously sleek wall of you know, the Pupdrobe design. Others like to have different colours for different things and mount them with a bit of space between them and decorate them all individually. So there's no limitation with what you can create. Pupdrobe can support you and help you no matter what your dog does, has, is, loves, lives like, and what they then go on to have and live like. Pupdrobe has something for everyone. I want to mention as well one other aspect that we haven't really spoken about, but that was really important to me because I've got 3 children, and having 3 children, everything in my house has to be cleanable, easily cleanable, because I don't know how they do it, but they just trash everything. And the dogs are no different. Everything needs to be easily cleanable. And although you don't have doggy fingerprints all over the Pupdrobes like you would if it was for a toddler, you do still have the dog hair element, you do still have the mud and the stuff that comes in. And so I wanted the Pupdrobes to be like everlasting. I wanted them to be like as long lasting as they could possibly be. And so we decided on a wipeable finish. So our original range of Pupdrobes were an oilcloth finish, and that meant that you could literally wipe them down with a wet cloth. They were so super hard wearing, and they just last a lifetime. We then introduced a range of luxe faux leather, which again has that same wipeable and cleanable element. Super hard wearing, wiped down with a wet cloth, absolutely like brand new. And then we brought in some slightly different to maintain options, but still super hard wearing and long lasting. So we've got our cozy collection, which is a teddy boucle finish. So it feels like an actual teddy bear's fur, basically like a doodle dog, like a big fluffy dog. They are easy to clean because you can just wipe them over with a lint roller. You can still wipe them with a wet cloth and it's not going to affect the design. And you can brush them, which is actually really obsessively brilliant and will take a lot of your... you will spend a lot of time doing it because it's so much fun. Stroking your cozy collection Pupdrobe. And then we introduced the coordinated range, which is a range of breed specific designs and our own design Pupdrobes. We've got absolutely loads of different options in that. But the cool thing about the coordinated collection is that it is a sailor canvas. So it's an outdoor boat level material, you know, made for being on boats. So it's super hard wearing. You can wipe it over with a lint roller, you can wipe it with a wet cloth, and it's easy to clean and it will look like new. Stain resistant. So super hard wearing and durable fabrics that we choose to create this long lasting piece that can be in your home for as long as you want, for as long as you need it to last. So I wanted to just talk about the material element so that you're aware really what goes into and how I chose what I chose and why we choose it. Yeah, I'll stop rambling about the materials. So to sum up, Pupdrobe was born because I'm a crazy dog mum. I've got loads of dogs. My life is all about the dogs. Literally, ask anyone. My life is all about my dogs. They have everything and anything, and they require and the more time I can spend with them, the better. The more time I can spend with them doing fun stuff, because obviously having a lot of dogs, there's a lot of maintenance. There's a lot of care. Although that's part of spending time with your dog, it's also like it's nice to then spend time being with your dog, you know, cuddling your dog. interacting, engaging with your dog, being able to be more than just the dinner bowl filler, you know, and the jumper washer lady. Oh look, it's the lady that's washing the jumpers. So Pupdrobe was born because I am a crazy dog woman. I absolutely adore dogs, and I think that we should all have as much time with them as possible. A dog's life is super short compared to ours, and I want to make sure that every moment of mine is spent in a way that I am creating with them something magical, and really receiving from them the adoration and the love that they want to give, and the interaction they'd like to have, and not limiting that in any way. And so that's really where Pupdrobe came from. Plus I have this weird capacity with organisation that drives people mental slightly, but that is coming really handy for creating this insanely weird business that sells wardrobes and storage solutions for dogs. So want less stress, want more fun, easy grab and go lifestyle where you don't forget the beautiful things that you've invested in and bought for your dogs. You get to use them, you get to look at them, you get to be able to care for them with more ease. Then Pupdrobe is definitely something that you could consider adding to your home, and I hope that you love it as much as I do. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to my channel. My kids are like, you've got to say subscribe, you've got to throw a thumbs up, so I'm doing it. Here, subscribe to our channel, give us a big thumbs up if you like the video, and drop me a comment to let me know about your dog mum life chaos or your dog dad life chaos, as it is at the moment, and what you would like that to look like, and that if you knew of this possibility or didn't know of this possibility, and how this might have changed, maybe just how you go about looking after your dogs in your home. Yeah, let me know all of your stories in the comments. I will read each and every one. Stay tuned, and I'll see you for a video again next week. See ya.